So, you packing that? We already smoked a bowl. There's some silicon. There's bowl. That's not silicon. Is silicon and silicone different? Do you know?
I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's silicone.
This is silicone.
We're smoking out of the new silicone bowl. It looks like a game game die.
When it's not packed, you can stand it up, and it just looks like a shelf decoration.
Yeah.
But it's all green and pink and black and swirly, and NA had them on sale for $10, and I figured, why the fuck not?
Yeah. And yeah, so we've retitled what's in it, but the title of what we're doing is
of the show or of the episode?
The show. I was trying to prompt you. I'm sorry. The show.
The show.
This is
the Higher Minds Podcast.
The Higher Minds Podcast.
Where are we on?
Yeah.
So yeah. So in my notes, we're supposed to explain it. This is a show for intellectual stoners. We get stoned and talk about shit that we looked up. Interesting shit.
Yeah, you get stoned and, well, you, the listener, get stoned and learn shit, and we get stoned and discuss shit.
Or don't. I had somebody tell me that it was interesting not stoned. It's probably interesting while stoned. More interesting while stoned.
I edit them stoned, so that probably explains a little bit.
Yeah. I do them stoned. Anyway, so on this show we have the weed of it was called the weed of the day, but we're changing the title to weed of the week
because it makes way more sense since they're weekly episodes.
It does, and with the title change, we are going to start taking pictures and showing you what the fuck we're smoking now.
We'll forget this by next episode, so don't worry.
God damn it! Fuck. Anyway,
what was the
what is the weed of the week?
Oh, the pot tip of the week. That was a thing that lasted one episode.
So were fucking commercials. Fuck that shit. So if you guys go listen back to episode number 1, there was commercials.
Let's do that.
And we're not doing that shit anymore.
Let's do it again.
It was way too much pressure.
Some of them were funny. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Well, we didn't even do 2 of them. Maybe we'll do the lost commercials someday.
Well, we should have done them on the last episode, the Nazi episode, since that was the last episode. The lost episode.
Yeah.
Rather.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll do them some other time. I still have them.
What happened to that paper you're using? For the week?
To dump it out on?
Yeah.
I was literally just dumping it on my notes. And then I made a hell of a mess, so that's a terrible idea. Let's not do that.
Oh, you should get a picture of that.
Of the mess I made?
On your notes. That'd make a good Instagram page.
Well, only some of it was on my notes. Most of it was on my lap and my shirt.
Oh. So we got a bunch of Instagram followers now, though. That's
Did we?
Cool. Yeah, we've got over 100, which is cool.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Huh. Facebook's growing. Not that much, though.
No? Okay.
No.
But
No,
good.
We're
That's
up
cool.
to... We might be at double digits on Facebook now.
All right, well, that's awesome. I mean, people are listening. We're getting people from all over the country now listening.
So I've never done a Twitter until I started running the Twitter for us.
Oh, yeah.
So the first handful of tweets are just tweets, just out there.
Yeah.
And then I found out you're supposed to hashtag shit.
Oh, are you supposed to hashtag shit? I don't hashtag shit at all.
Yeah. I started hashtagging, and that people actually started interacting with them a little bit.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll have to take that tip.
Yeah, I've never Twittered before, so.
Never tweeted. Yeah, I do a little bit, but whatever. I don't really care.
So we haven't even started, and we're already off topic.
Yeah.
What is the weed of the week?
The weed of the week. You tell us. What is it? That's you, bro.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
Lemon skunk. It's a sativa.
Lemon skunk.
21.58% THC.
That's really good. What is that?
I've been on a lemon kick lately. Between the two of us, we have like 4 different lemon weeds right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
I prefer the citrus scent, though, like in my weed.
Yeah, about the last week or 2, I've been on a real big lemon kick.
It's mighty tasty, too. So what's our topic, by the way?
We are rolling like 3 topics into one, but they're all kind of related.
They're super related, I would say.
What brought this on was the whole Julian Assange thing. We had mentioned that in the last episode, maybe 2 episodes ago.
The late, great Julian Assange. He's not late.
Not yet. He hasn't mysteriously committed suicide quite yet.
They'll get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Along with that, we're rolling in 5G and some China shit, along with Julian Assange.
China shit and 5G. What the fuck is that shit?
5G is literally just 5th generation wireless. That's what the numbers mean with 3G,
Okay.
4G, 5G.
Okay.
5G is obviously the newest of the bunch. There's not much, if anything, running on it yet. They're still setting up the infrastructure. But there's a lot of concerns about radiation and spying associated with 5G.
Oh, spying is like we live in an age where you just assume that you're being spied on all the time, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You just
Just the other day, yesterday in fact, I opened up the fridge in the break room at work, and there's a pizza in there from some place I'd never seen pizza from before, right?
crazy.
And I don't even know if I had, like, said out loud, oh, that place, I've never heard of them or whatever. Or, like, just saw it and whatever. Within 15 minutes, I had an ad on Facebook for that pizza place.
Creepy. Mm-hmm. Facebook is the. We didn't expect Facebook to be that creep that creeps on you and like. He's the new fashion peeping Tom.
Well, Facebook started out creepy. Like, the whole rating girls thing.
It did well. Oh, sure.
Like,
well, of
Facebook's
course.
been creepy from the beginning.
But it was supposed to not be creepy. But what did we expect? I mean, it was developed by that automaton to mimic fucking human movements, right?
The reptile cyborg guy.
Yeah.
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 Have you seen South Park? Him on South Park?
Yeah. Yeah.
You cannot defeat me. My style is better than yours.
So if you haven't figured out by now, H is back sitting in with us again.
What up, H? How you doing?
Yeah. Hey.
How you been
good.
since last week?
Been good. Yeah. Just hanging out in the shed by myself.
Yeah, just waiting on us to come
Yeah,
back.
just waiting for you.
That's sad. You should maybe get a life. Yeah.
Although it's
think you
nice
guys
that
have introduced
we're wanted by somebody. So
Oh yeah. You know what? Never mind. Don't get a life. Just make us your life.
Your weed. That's fine.
So other than H, I don't think we introduced ourselves either. I'm
Oh.
Scott,
I'm Papa Darby.
and this is the Higher Minds podcast. That's usually how this goes. So I'm just going to throw that in there.
Yeah. We should probably add.
Now, is this
We
where
should.
the intro goes?
We should probably start adding that this podcast is for like 21 and up. This is not for kids. 18 up, I guess, maybe. Don't smoke weed unless you're 21 or older, but you don't listen unless you're 18 or older. This is not for kids.
Really, you shouldn't be smoking weed till like your mid to late 20s, but
Well,
For
not,
brain development.
Not everybody studied to be a nun like you.
You're going to get letters for that one.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah. With brain development, like, there's a lot of research that says that you probably shouldn't start until your 20s.
Yeah, well, oh well, that sucks. I didn't wait, but
Obviously.
yeah, but I bet you guys didn't know that Scott here actually did study to be a nun. That's part of his backstory. Mm-hmm. He was in the nunnery for 7.5 years.
I'm a reformed transgender nunnery heathen.
You know, I don't mean to objectify you, and in this Me Too era, I don't think it's right, and I might get some shit about it, but you were a very pretty lady.
True story. My hair's kind of long now. It used to be longer at one point. And me and a buddy are hanging out in his driveway. We got home from the bar or some shit. And he was living with his grandmother. And I guess his grandmother poked her head out the window when we pulled in to see who it was. And my buddy goes in the house, take a leak, comes back outside. And he goes, so my grandma just asked who the fat girl I'm hanging out with was.
Oh.
Yeah. Apparently a fat guy with long hair in the dark looks like a fat chick.
Damn. What grandma? She needs love too.
In his defense, he did have a thing for fat chicks. So,
Oh, so just
yeah. It made sense.
maybe he
Huh.
maybe he swung both ways a little bit.
That never dawned on me. Maybe he was into fat, period. Like, chicks, guys, didn't matter.
Those back rubs were really good, weren't they? So I just want to say I don't want to alienate any transgender listeners. We love transgender people.
Okay.
Go LGBTQ.
We love all people. Yeah.
And
Yeah. How about we just stop segregating people and just love each other?
I just want to cover all the bases. We're not trying to alienate anybody, but
I don't give a fuck if you
Scott's-
tape it up between your cheeks. Like, do your thing.
yes, do your thing. As long as you smoke weed. Don't trust people who don't smoke weed. Alienate those people. Yeah. Yeah. Just hang out with people that smoke weed.
So you want to actually get started on this?
Yeah.
We've been
tell
shooting the
us-
shit for like 10 minutes now.
So you're going to tell us about 5G and China, and I'm going to regale you with tales of Julian Assange.
Sure.
But you start. Because I
So-
want to know more about 5G.
5G is literally just 5th generation wireless. That's what the 3G, 4G, the number is just what generation we're on. They're still setting up the infrastructure for it. It's not really fully working yet. I don't think there's any real 5G devices on the market available yet. There's a lot of concern with radiation and spying from 5G.
So regarding the radiation, like there was that concern with, previous models too. Since all technology has been.
Since microwaves, since
Yeah.
radios.
So how relevant or how credible is that concern?
The power, it is much more powerful than 4G.
Like emits that much energy?
Yeah, it's way more powerful than 4G is.
Okay.
But it's not nearly powerful enough to be harmful to us yet.
Okay.
That hasn't stopped a lot of people from being concerned with it, to the point where just in April of this year, the city of Brussels blocked a 5G trial due to concerns about radiation.
Really? Mm-hmm. Who lobbied against it? Do you know?
I have no idea. Probably the same people that lobby against any sort of technology shit.
So do you think it's just anti-Prague people?
Could be. But like I said, it is way more powerful than 4G. So those that haven't done their research, I could see where they're coming from. It's still not nearly powerful enough to be harmful yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I was watching a video on Facebook. It's supposed to be like instant. Like they had a picture of 4G and a video of 5G, and it was like the difference was incredible. And they were saying it's like going to take over it's like faster than most people's home networks too. So.
Porn is going to be so fucking awesome.
5G 4K porn.
Fuck yeah, in 3D.
So there's also a lot of concern with espionage.
Yeah.
Mostly from the Chinese government. They're setting up a lot of these networks for other countries and shit. And they've been known to not be the most trustworthy people anyways.
And they're known to be, they're at least thought to be pretty technologically advanced. And if Russia did what we know Russia did, we know that China's capable of so much more. Like,
Oh, yeah.
they're like DARPA level fucking already on it. They already know me and my social security number and everything I've ever done.
Oh, absolutely. Backtracking to the radiation thing,
Radiation.
so we can try to do this as streamlined as possible.
Streamline it.
The World Health Organization says that there's currently no link between cell phone use, cell phone towers, cell phone signals, anything related,
Who?
and cancer. The World Health Organization?
Who?
Yes.
Yes.
The CDC, the FCC, the FDA, and the National Cancer Institute have all released statements saying the same thing, basically. So,
That it's a ridiculous. It's like the anti-vaxxer ridiculousness thing.
ish, yeah.
Okay. All right. Don't worry about it.
5G runs at anywhere from 1 to 70 gigahertz of non-ionizing radiation. Non-ionizing radiation is the harmless radiation.
Right.
It's not until you get to ionizing radiation where you start seeing cancer and fucked up shit.
Ionizing is stripping away the ions the ions from the molecules. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Radiation,
ion shit.
it's not dangerous until you hit 2.4 million gigahertz. So 1 to 70 is well within the safe range.
Cool. Wait, what's dangerous? At what point?
Once it gets to 2.4 million gigahertz.
Oh, so it's way.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, there's no reason.
It's a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
is that what like X-rays, like what they use in like hospitals and shit? Is that what you're saying? That the radiation that it emits is 2 million some?
That's
I have no idea.
Yeah, what is an X-ray?
I know you can take plenty of X-rays before they start fucking you up too.
Yeah,
My little
but
brother can attest to that. He's broke about everything he can.
but I mean, back in the day, they used to have much more powerful X-rays that were fucking people up. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, the X-ray was discovered by accident.
Yep, I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah. I forget how and I forget. by
Yeah, I don't
whom,
remember the
but-
story behind it, but
Yeah, maybe we'll do that sometime.
yeah, that's a
Something fun to
half of a fun fact that I remembered.
Maybe you'll discover the rest by accident too.
Maybe. Who knows? So back to the espionage end of things, 'cause that's the more interesting thing, because the radiation is just completely debunked right off the bat.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Chinese government is setting up a lot of this shit. To the point where the U.S. has urged other like allied countries not to use Chinese equipment, namely ZTE and Huawei equipment.
Oh, on a side note, recently I think the CEO's daughter or some official of Huawei was just imprisoned by the U.S. They eventually gave her back. But
Canada was the one that arrested her, actually.
Yeah, sorry, it was Canada, but under our instructions.
On request of the U.S.,
Yeah. She's back in China and everything, and but evidently they've been doing some shady shit already.
Wow.
But it's kind of, I don't know, with this DOJ and this administration is kind of, everything they do, in my opinion, is questionable as far as justice is concerned. The justice and trade and everything that's concerned with anything like that, it just seems all shady now. Not that it wasn't before.
It's always been shady.
So much more now, though.
It is. I agree.
Yeah, I've had 2 ZTE phones over the years. First one was amazing. The second one was a pile of shit.
What is that?
They're
a brand?
Yeah, it's a brand.
Okay.
They make cell phones available in the American market. I don't think you can buy Huawei in the U.S. Like from stores. I think you can buy them direct and import them. But
what is Huawei? I thought they were like they're a tech giant.
They make everything from cell phones to towers to 5G systems and
Chinese Apple.
Pretty much. Oh, they're bigger than Apple.
Right, I've heard that.
Yeah. They outsold Apple. Is that this year? Year before, for the first time. They're the first ones to overtake Apple.
Right, because Apple
number one cell phone manufacturer in the world.
Apple just broke the record for $1 billion in assets or some shit.
Right.
A billion?
$1 billion.
That seems low for Apple.
No, like in cold hard cash, like in
Set a record, right? Like
yeah.
It was
Like
the first company to reach
to actually have $1 billion actual dollars in their possession.
Still seems low.
Okay.
I'd have figured like Disney or Google or somebody would have beat them to that by now.
Well, they're all worth way more than that.
Yeah.
It's just to have that
liquid in cash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody has that. Fucking Saudi Arabia, those guys have it. They fucking swim around in like Scrooge McDuck.
How uncomfortable would that swimming pool be?
Yeah, there was a guy that actually did that and like broke his shoulders and
really
some
really?
shit. Yeah.
solid. Yeah. That would be fun though.
It would.
No, that wouldn't. No, we just said
I
it
mean,
would
not
not
in
be
real
fun.
life.
No, like if
Oh,
it was
do it.
yours, like
If you were in a cartoon, yes, being
Yeah.
in a cartoon would be absolutely it'd be great.
So let's get off topic this soon in the episode.
Okay.
Which cartoon would you be a part of?
Batman animated series.
That was quick.
Wait, what'd you say?
Batman the animated
Oh,
series.
that's not bad. I'm thinking gargoyles.
Ooh, I forgot about Gargoyles.
Yeah, that
was
was
the
always
shit
my
back then.
favorite.
Oh, dude, yeah, Gargoyles.
Or Darkwing Duck. I like that
I
one
love
too.
Darkwing
Darkwing Duck was good.
Yeah.
The plunger,
The
fucking.
plunger gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I might go Animaniacs. That was like one of
Oh.
my favorites growing up.
I feel like that would hurt. Like all the
No,
time.
they always walk away from it. Your cartoon.
Well, you heal, sure, but that looks like it hurts a lot. Like everything they do.
Just jumping around. All the...
The Animaniacs themselves are like made out of rubber. Like they're all spriggy and bouncy and stretchy. And
Have you seen Animaniacs like recently, like ish?
I binged them for a little bit, like a year or so ago.
Like it's like Benny Hill, like adult
It
type
holds up.
style.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's hilarious still, but it's
Uh-huh.
like different hilarious now because you know.
Because now I'm an adult and I get the more mature references in it.
Right, and that was during the time when like WB and like the more I don't want to say grungier cartoons were like also adult cartoons,
Yeah.
but like the kids didn't realize. I certainly didn't realize that Animaniacs was talking about tossing salads and shit.
And fingering Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I talk about it all the time. I love fingering Prince.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
I remember where I was when I heard he died. I was in Vegas.
You were in Vegas? That was recently. What were you doing in Vegas?
I was working down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At
No.
the place? No, okay.
No, a place I worked year before that.
I thought he just died like 2 years ago.
He did.
You did.
How long have you
Like,
been out here?
I've known
I've
you
lived in
since,
Colorado
since he's
for
died.
3-4 years now.
I moved away from Colorado since he's died.
Really?
Yeah.
Where the fuck were we?
Yeah.
It is way too early in the episode to be this off topic.
That's all right.
Where were we? U.S. is urging allied countries to not use Chinese equipment, namely the ZTE and the Huawei, for fear of spying. Australia has outright banned network operators using Huawei and ZTE equipment.
Really?
Japan just persuaded its characters. There's no laws or anything, but Japan has persuaded its carriers to exclude Huawei and ZTE equipment.
So they're just so big on their own people. Like they've got so many people that they're there that they could just be giant by themselves, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, fucking China has how many people in it?
Well, all of Asia pretty much, except
Yeah.
for Japan probably. I'm sure the Koreas do it. India has
I'm sure
it.
South
Russia
Korea
has
yeah.
it. Pakistan, Palestine, Israel, probably all over Africa.
Well, we'll get to Africa in a minute too.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there is justifiable reasoning behind the fear of this because 5G isn't as safe and as encrypted as 4G is just naturally the way it's set up.
Okay.
It's kind of a step backwards that way, but a huge leap forward in speed and shit, so I guess they're just rolling with the punches. Processing servers could be placed near the base stations for 5G systems where they can just suck information out of the air and all your call information and all that kind of shit can just be taken.
Creepy.
Mm-hmm. A little bit. So back to what you were saying just a second ago with the CFO of Huawei getting arrested in Canada.
CFO, that's right. Okay.
That was just in December of 18. Meng Wanzhou, probably butchered that one, was arrested by Canadian Border Police at the request of the U.S. The
Fucking Canadian ice.
fucking Canadians, eh?
Damn. Maple syrup eating motherfuckers. I love Canadians. I'm sure you like maple syrup too. I'm sure that's not just a mean stereotype.
They got a nice view of our waterfall.
It's
We're just fuck Canadians. Blame Canada.
once again South Park.
Yeah.
Fucking
I
picked on
love
everything.
Canadians.
So the reason they arrested her was for doing business with Iran in breach of sanctions by the U.S.
So wait, what?
Yeah.
Say that again?
The U.S. government had the Canadian government arrest a Chinese citizen, I guess,
Yeah.
for dealing with
Chinese
Iran.
national, I think, is
Yeah.
what are you talking about? That seems a little long stretchy. Mm-hmm. Long reachy.
A little bit.
Long stretchy.
Huawei's also accused of laundering money, obstructing justice, and stealing robot technology from T-Mobile.
No shit. Mm-hmm. Fuck that shit.
So they're a little shady. Like, beyond just the plain old Chinese government shady, they're a little shady all around.
Oh, you packed this again. Is it packed with the same thing?
No. This time it is straight lemonade.
Ooh.
It's a sativa.
Straight. SDR8. Straight. Anyway, please continue.
In response to getting arrested, she's suing Canada and the U.S. for breach of human rights.
Well, from what I understand of the law, that's pretty reasonable, but I understand nothing of the law. Don't ever ask me for legal advice because I am wrong about all of it.
We're just stoners with a podcast. Don't listen to anything we say.
Yes. Well, except for these. We look these up on the interwebs.
China says this whole thing is just a huge smear campaign, which what do you expect from the Chinese government?
Can't tell.
Huawei has contracts to set up 5G infrastructure with 30 plus countries right now.
Well, that seems pretty promising for them.
U.S., Australia, and New Zealand have all completely blocked them from getting contracts in their respective countries.
That sounds like a culture war. Sounds like Western versus Eastern.
It kind of is. But from what I read, with how easy it is to steal information from them, from 5G, it kind of makes sense. You don't want the Chinese government stepping on your turf, stealing your people's information before you can steal it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just assuming yeah. We already know what I assume.
Germany, Poland, and Japan is looking like they're going to follow suit and block them from being able to set up anything in their countries too. Like I said, Japan's already done it just by talking to the companies, not by passing any sort of laws or anything.
Okay.
China's a weird one because like they're communist, but they're kind of capitalist at the same time. Like there's private companies, but they're all working hand in hand with the government.
I think that they see themselves as one body competing in a capitalist world.
It's like state-run capitalism almost.
Yeah.
Which sounds counterintuitive, but
Which is communism, yeah.
right.
Right.
But they're doing worldwide.
Well, they have to trade
Capitalism
like other
shit.
people trade.
Can we talk about them not understanding capitalism at all for a minute? I import a lot of shit from China, from eBay and shit like that.
Okay.
I don't know how they can possibly make any money off of me winning something for $1 or whatever, like cheap as fuck,
Yeah.
and then shipping it across the fucking ocean. They have to be losing money at that.
I bet they're not. I bet they're not.
Just in shipping costs, they can't be making anything.
I bet they're making all sorts of money.
Who's paying them?
I don't know, but I bet they're getting paid. They wouldn't do it if they didn't. And there's a lot of it.
Who? Mm-hmm. Who's paying them?
No.
Like,
Who's the World
jeez.
Health Organization? We're past that.
What?
Who?
Ooh. I'll do you one better. What?
I don't know. There's a baseball joke here somewhere.
He's on third.
That's another one that holds
He's
up
on
too.
third.
Oh, it does. It doesn't. I have seen it recently, and it's hilarious.
It
still.
just showed up on Facebook maybe a month or two ago, and I still laughed at it. Who's
Yeah.
on first is an absolute classic.
Yeah.
Brilliant for
So
every
far.
generation. Anyway,
So we mentioned earlier that Huawei overtook Apple as the world's biggest seller of network telecom equipment.
yeah.
They're also setting up shit all over the world, rather, 30 plus countries. They set up the system for the African Union headquarters. The Chinese government offered to build and finance this whole thing in 2012, right?
Ooh, okay.
They found out later that data was being transferred to Shanghai nightly for over 5 years from this African Union headquarters.
Wow. So,
So again,
how much intel can you get
plenty
from?
of reason to be concerned about the Chinese government and Huawei and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what all they were taking. If they were taking just every email, text message, phone call, and shipping it over there, not shipping it.
I guess just
Transferring it, I
just
guess.
being able to demonstrate the ability to do that is well frightening, but and reason for concern. But whether the intel is good or not, it's just the demonstration is purposeful.
In spite of this being Huawei equipment and the Chinese government financing this whole thing, both China and Huawei deny they had anything to do with it.
Interesting. Huh. Well, that's
Like, they're
weird.
clearly the only people that could do it, but no, that wasn't us.
I used to be the only one where the cookies were kept, and then the cookies would disappear, and I knew I ate them. My mom knew I ate them, but I lied about it.
You got away with it?
No, I never got away with it.
Right.
But that's what happened, and it seems pretty similar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's funny.
I mean, China's not the only one doing this shit, though. U.S., U.K., Canada, Australia, New Zealand, all been accused of collecting data themselves.
Fucking Facebook, fucking all.
Well, Facebook's
fucking
a
everybody.
private thing that probably works with the government, but they're technically a private company.
Yeah.
You sign up for that. You agree to their terms and conditions without reading it. Like,
Yeah.
nobody
Although-
signs up to be governed, though.
Yeah.
You just happen to be born on this chunk of dirt, and
Well,
that's
if
what you got to
wanna
put
be-
up with.
No.
Yeah.
If you want to be a citizen of somewhere else, go be a citizen. of
No, it's
somewhere
not
else.
nearly
not
that
that
easy. No, it's not even close. You have to pay what you have to do in order to do that is you have to pay the exit fee. I forget what it's called, the exit tax or something like that. What it is the collection of all the taxes that you would have paid had you stayed there for your entire life. You have to pay all of that, and then you
shit.
can go.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it costs a fortune to renounce your citizenship and go somewhere else.
Damn.
yeah.
I mean, it's pretty easy for people to come here, though. Apparently, people do it all the time. I mean, not now, I guess.
I mean,
It's easy to visit and never leave. Like,
Yeah. No. My whole family got papers, and they all moved here.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, you're first generation
easy,
American, right?
It's easy for them to come here, is what I'm saying. What?
You're first generation American, right?
Yeah.
Both your parents are immigrants?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Scott is hitting the bowl. The silicone bowl.
Scott and Papa Darby.
Darby. Papa Darby. You should know that. This is what episode is that? This now?
I've only
This is
been in,
8?
this is like my third episode that I'm in.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you should learn our names episode 1.
Long time listener, one time here.
So that pretty much wraps up
Well, that
the
is
5G end of things from what I researched.
that is bleak, and thank you for that uplifting and
Oh, yeah.
enlightening troll, whatever you call it.
They're watching you.
Just to remind everybody, we're doing
What they are.
3 shows in 1 today. So, if we get off topic, that's because we might be on the next topic.
So H gets really talkative and loud when he gets high.
Not necessarily.
Apparently we're there.
Not necessarily.
If you get him really high, he starts doing really good voices.
Oh, do you?
He got stuck in a Barney Fife thing for like 20 minutes one night, and it was awesome.
Oh, that's cool. Let's see if we can do that again.
I have different days though, because sometimes, and I guess it is the different weed. Some days I can barely concentrate, and I can barely focus, and then some other days I'm totally I can hear everything, and it's like a switch that turns on, and then I can converse with people.
Interesting.
So yeah.
You need to start writing that down like Dory suggested. What does that to you?
A weed journal.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So we were talking about this before the show. Since you brought Dory up, smoking with bud tenders is really expensive because they have cool toys,
Well-
and I want them too.
Well, yeah. It's not that you pay to, if you ever get the chance to smoke with a bartender, they have all the weed that you would want. Well,
And you will get.
I don't wanna
high. They will
oversell
smoke
that.
you under the table every time.
I went to a bartender party. Oh my God. I think I mentioned that in one episode before. Were you there at that one?
No,
you weren't there at
we
that
hung
one.
out with Jake after that party. I think.
Well, even just
You
hanging out.
played beer pong with Wax, right?
Yeah. We played
You played beer pong wax.
Yeah, Wax pong.
wax pong.
That's fucking
Oh,
amazing.
dabs pong is what it was.
Dabs pong. Jeez.
Yeah. Oh, walked out of there like I was drunk. It was fucking ridiculous. It was fun. It was a good time. But anyway, hug your local bud tender if they are okay with it. Don't do it.
Nah, just go for it.
No, that's assault. You'll get in trouble.
It's better to ask forgiveness than permission.
I still counsel you not to do it. Just never mind. Just don't fucking touch them. Just say thank
You
you.
probably won't get shot
Well, but
going in for a hug.
it is a possibility. So just assume that you will.
Says America.
Murder.
So yeah. First time I smoked with bud tenders, I ended up buying a big ass nectar collector and a nice bowl
yeah.
and everything.
You did.
This
Nice.
time I bought a fucking PAX.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The pack's
that
pretty
thing was
cool.
awesome, dude. It's that Simon Says thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, I bought it used, so it didn't cost me as much. They're like $150 new.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're worth it
I was
though.
looking at the PAX 3s,
Packs you can send some.
and the PAX 3s are like 200 plus. I'm like, there ain't no way in hell I'm dropping that kind of money.
That's how much they were to begin with, the first gen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I picked one up used for like $90 on eBay.
Yeah, a couple of the bud tenders had.
And it showed
some.
up. I was
really
kind of
cool.
worried about them shipping it if it had residue or whatever in it. But it showed up spotless, so.
Yeah,
You were gonna send it.
they're
back.
cool. There's also though.
No, I didn't
If
want
they have
them
the
like.
herpes.
No, not even that. Like, I wiped it down with alcohol and everything.
Oh.
I was worried about it getting picked up by like some kind of drug enforcement shit for having residue on it and shipping it cross
Oh
country.
shit! Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, maybe.
that's true.
Yep.
There's also something to be said about the combusting fucking flower and smoking it that way, like out of a pipe. Like, I don't know. It's very satisfying.
It's more relaxing. The act of smoking a bowl or a joint is more relaxing than smoking my
It is.
packs.
It is, but it's not as convenient.
No, it's not. I took the dog on a walk the other
Not even
night,
close. Yeah.
and like you can't just walk down the street smoking a bowl or a joint or whatever. Like somebody's gonna fucking notice. But you can walk down the street with your dog, hitting a vape, and nobody even looks your way.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
I was stoned as shit. Took the dog on like a half-hour walk.
nice.
Yeah, I don't know if I see too many people just walking around smoking weed.
It's technically illegal to smoke in public.
Yeah, no, I know it is. That's why. But I feel like I used to see it more like back in the day, you know.
I remember we were in Old Town Fort Collins one time, sitting out. You're allowed to have a fucking margarita out on the street.
Yeah.
We're sitting out there drinking tequila, and you pulled a joint out and sparked it up. And, like, people started looking at you like, I should probably not do this.
Darby is not shy about smoking weed in public.
Yeah,
Not
it's just
at
kind of
all.
like, whatever.
Like, it's perfectly okay to sit there drinking tequila on the street, but you can't spark up a joint.
I mean, it's not like you're splashing tequila on kids and shit. You are kind of...
Yeah, you can smell a joint, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of funny.
I get it. Yeah.
Like, for as big as the weed culture is out here, there's a huge alcohol culture, too. All the
Oh,
breweries and
sure.
everything.
Huge, yeah.
Especially in, like, Fort Collins.
It's like it's almost
Yeah.
trying to compete with the weed.
It does it well, I think.
Yeah.
I really like the beer out here. Some of it. Like, I've discovered some really good stuff. I've also discovered some pretty shitty stuff.
See, and I kind of grew out of the alcohol thing.
Well, I still
haven't-
like a good craft.
Other than a wedding or whatever, like, I haven't been drunk in forever.
Oh, no, I don't. I never drink to get drunk. I mean, occasionally, maybe I do occasionally, but no.
I'll have, like,
It's
a
just-
beer, or a margarita or whatever, but
Yeah. You know, that's funny. Like, I was wondering the other day, I was like, that used to be fun for me. And, you know, now I don't want to. I don't want to go out drinking. What's that all about?
well, part of it's because we're getting older, too,
And
and
then-
you can't rebound like you used
And
to.
Yeah.
you're married.
No, and then my wife is like, yeah, let's,
Yeah,
you
his
know.
wife's young, like...
Yeah. I still enjoy going out occasionally. I don't like nearly as much as I used to, but it's every once in a while, especially when I'm out here. Like,
Right.
it's a cool scene out
Oh,
here.
I'm down to do it. It's just expensive. And, like, I could just stay home and
Like-
smoke weed.
I could buy $20 worth of weed and get fucked up for a couple days, or I can buy $20 worth of booze and get fucked up once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't. 20.
We still have some of that
You get smoked
moonshine,
up,
too.
fucked up for a couple of days off of $20 a weed.
It's 2 grams.
A couple days, really?
I don't smoke as much as you do.
Yeah, no, you're ahead of all of us.
Like, I'll smoke, like, a little bit in the evening after work or whatever, and that's it. Or on the weekends or whatever.
Oh.
But, like, I don't smoke throughout the day while I'm at work and shit.
Yeah. See, coffee and weed in the morning.
Oh, shoot.
Coffee, weed, and
I
cold
made
bear.
coffee, dude.
Oh, I want some coffee.
Go get some.
God damn.
You want some?
I can't. Well, no, we'll wait. We're in the middle of this shit. But yeah, I love coffee, weed, and Colbert, and the Today Show and CNN. That's what I do in the morning before I go to work.
Yeah, I wake up, sit down on the toilet, read Facebook, take a dump, let the dog out, and go to fucking work.
I wake up with just enough time to get to work. To get dressed and get to work.
By the way, those are the dogs.
Those are the dogs, yeah.
Yeah, I take the dog out first. That's the first. Well, no, I pee, and then I take the dog out.
Nah, she knows that she's second.
Yeah.
I
Well,
get up
yeah.
and take a dump first thing.
Well, that's wonderful. Now I know what you're doing when you're texting me.
Yeah, yeah. When you text me late at night and I get back to you in the morning, I'm sitting on the toilet.
Very cool. Very cool.
By the way, I don't think anybody should be texting before 10 a.m. I think that's as earliest as anybody.
No, I don't think
texts
anybody should be
anybody.
texting after 10 p.m.
I text when I have the thought.
Oh, after 10? I don't give a shit.
No, I just whenever I think about it.
Well,
3 a.m.
He doesn't text you as often as he texts me.
Well, he
I
doesn't
bet.
sleep
Yeah.
either, though.
He doesn't send
why
one
he's
text
texting.
message.
Yeah.
He sends 3, 4,
Oh, yeah.
5 all at once.
No, and yeah,
like
one
a
word
fucking
per,
little
per
girl.
message. It's like, okay, next.
Just
Thanks.
hit the enter button,
Next.
dude. All that can go in one text. Just hit the enter button. Drop
So-
down a line.
Yeah, no. See,
Or just keep typing it.
I text
It'll
and then
keep
I send because I thought about that, and then I think about the next one. I text that. I text per thought.
The one morning you text me, it was late as fuck. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning or some bullshit.
Oh
And the phone goes
I was
off.
in Ohio.
And the phone goes off. And the phone goes off. And finally I'm like, what the fuck? And I knew exactly who
sorry.
it was. And you're like, hey, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, shit. It's really late. You're probably sleeping. Like, you had like 3 of them just apologizing.
Oh yeah, that was on purpose though. After I realized what time it was, I thought it was funny. After that,
This became like the venting show.
It really has. We are way off topic again.
yeah. So I'm
How far
I'm
are
that
we?
guy.
40?
Oh, yeah. We're like 40 minutes in.
Yeah.
And we're like a third of the way
That's
through our
right.
It's
episode.
about par.
By the way, we're aiming to make this a 3-topic episode.
Yeah,
but
we usually
it's
shoot
turning
for
out
like
to be like a 1
an hour to an hour and a half long episode is what we try to shoot for.
Yeah. This'll be about that. Well, I mean, do you?
Once we get it all
more?
cut down, I got the Chinese shit here too.
Oh, okay.
So back on topic, China is building the biggest and most sophisticated camera surveillance system in the world. Not only are they doing the 5G spying shit, they're doing literally 1984 cameras fucking everywhere shit.
Fucking shit. Damn.
They have cameras everywhere with an AI system that can read faces, estimate age, ethnicity, and gender.
Just so anybody who isn't familiar, an AI system is a system that goes, hey, 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 all the time.
Hey, that's it.
Hey, puppy.
You sounded like the Martians from Mars Attack, and you sounded like a Mexican Canadian.
Oh, they have those, don't they?
I'm sure there's Mexicans in Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We're
sure.
everywhere.
We're everywhere. So the AI system, they're using it to target
Artificial
Muslims as
intelligence.
well.
Muslims?
I guess there's a Muslim sect in China,
Yeah.
and being a communist country, they're like religion is bad to them.
Yeah.
So
that's
they're
right.
using it to target the Muslim sect in China.
Oh.
That's actually how I found out about all this. Rogan had Tom something rather on Tom Papa, maybe.
Oh, really? I like Tom Papa. He's on NPR.
He's on Rogan pretty regularly.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. He's funny. He's like really good.
I might be wrong, and I'm sure the comment section will correct me if I am. I think he used to produce Rogan's show at the very beginning.
Really?
I think,
He's producing, or he's a head writer for Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me right now on NPR.
if you say so.
Yeah, I do.
I literally know of him because of Rogan.
Oh,
But they got to talking about China targeting.
puppies? China targeting?
Yeah, they got to talking about China targeting the Muslims. So that's kind of
Interesting.
what I had heard that, and then dug into this, and then I hit you up about doing this episode.
Isn't that what Aung San Suu Kyi did? The Rohingya are the Muslim population in, oh fuck, where is she from? Indonesia? Am I wrong about that?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, okay. Well, so I know Aung San Suu Kyi. She was a Nobel Prize winner for human rights something or other. She did something. She wrote something against the government, and she was put into exile or home, imprisoned at home or some shit for a long time. Anyway, so she won the Nobel Peace Prize for that, and she was eventually let out of house arrest. That's the word I was thinking of. House arrest. She was eventually let out, and she became the leader of the country in question. I want to say Indonesia, but that might be fucking wrong. And there is a Muslim sect called the Rohingya of that country that she ordered the slaughter of them, and yeah, go look it up if you.
I haven't heard any of that.
Oh, this is a few years ago. Not a few years ago, maybe a year ago. But yeah, it turns out that this Nobel Peace Prize laureate was a disgusting, horrible fucking woman.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's I know nothing about that, so I can't really comment on it.
Yeah.
Insert Jeopardy music here.
Oh wait. Ah, shit. Where's my phone? I totally. Damn it. I wanted to use my.
You even got it out and ready and everything.
and then he put it away.
You're so proud of yourself.
I am. It's very cool.
Where's your lighter?
Holding my stupid bowl up that won't stay upright. So with the Chinese surveillance system, everybody has an ID, like an identification card. And it's good enough that if they see your face in public, they can track it to your card, and then through that they know where you live, who your family members are, where you work, who you associate with. Like with a little bit of work, they can tell pretty much everything about you through the surveillance system.
God damn.
Supposedly, they can trace you back up to a week to their system.
Because they have that much
So if you
memory
commit a
set up?
crime or whatever, they can trace your steps back up to a week
That's insane.
through their system.
That's what the Chinese are doing.
The dial-up.
Yeah. That's their
Remember when
system
the
watching
world
you.
could be taken over with a floppy disk?
Oop.
Are you done?
That sucks. No, I'm trying to be done. Cut this shit. God damn it, motherfucker.
We lost our sound effects person.
The BBC did an experiment with the Chinese police with their tracking system. Once they put a bolo out for him, it only took them 7 minutes to find him.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a pretty intense surveillance system over there. With the IDs, they're crazy strict on everything over there. And through all this shit, I found out with purchasing a knife in China. Just a plain old kitchen knife. Nothing special, just a kitchen knife.
Yeah.
They have a QR code laser engraved on them that when you scan that code, it traces it back to the person who purchased that knife.
Wow.
So if it's used in a crime or gets left at a crime scene or whatever, they go beep, scan it, and they can go back to whoever purchased it and go, how the fuck did this knife get over here?
Wow.
Like,
That's crazy.
everything in China is paid for.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're pulling
I'm
some
putting
shit
the
off.
stems on.
Yeah, just grind it.
Oh, you want the stems? All right.
Yeah,
no worries.
they produce keef and shit too.
Oh, okay.
Well, not the ash though.
I don't usually expect that.
Like, no, it's fine. You're fine. No, it's fine.
No, I
How
grabbed the- I
about
grabbed the-
you just let him do his thing?
Okay, yeah. You're right. You're right. Anyway, sorry. I'm stoned.
So with these QR codes, I guess everything in China has a QR code on it. And you just pay with your cell phone. You scan it with your cell phone, it takes it out of your account, whatever.
Oh.
And it looks like there's two major companies that run these payment account things. Both of them in bed with the Chinese government. So they know exactly what you're purchasing. Along with where you are and everything. Like,
Interesting.
yeah, their surveillance is just insane in China.
They're keeping track of your inventory.
That pretty much wraps up my China shit.
That was a short one.
All
It
right.
was a short one.
Well, I want to tell you guys about Julian Assange.
Who the fuck is that?
It's Julian Paul Assange, born Julian Paul Hawkins, on July 3rd in 1971. He is an Australian journalist, computer programmer, and the founder and director of WikiLeaks. Yay, WikiLeaks!
Hey, where's your little sound effects bullshit?
Yeah,
My
come on,
sound
dude.
effects bullshit is under audio over. Born July 3rd, 1971, is an Australian journalist, computer programmer, and the founder and director of WikiLeaks. Yay.
Yay, WikiLeaks.
Did you peek? No.
Anyway. He describes himself, well, that was loud. He describes himself as an advocate of information transparency and market libertarianism. Assange founded WikiLeaks in 2006, an international publishing organization known for revealing war crimes, human rights abuses, and corruption. WikiLeaks came to international attention in 2010 when it published a series of leaks provided by Chelsea Manning. What was her name before? I forget.
I was trying to think that the other day too.
Billy or some shit?
I have no idea.
Benjamin. Anyway,
Peyton? Eli?
no, yeah, it was, yes, that's right. You're right. It was Peyton and Eli. I think there are now two Chelsea Mannings. Yes,
What? Their wives?
They have really big foreheads.
they do. They do. They're moderately good at football. Anyway, what the fuck was I? So these leaks included the collateral murder video, April 2010, the Afghan war logs, July 2010, and the Iraq war logs, October 2010, and Cablegate, November 2010. After the 2010 leaks, the United States government launched a criminal investigation into WikiLeaks and asked allied nations for assistance. Before I go further, I wanted to ask, where'd you get your information?
Most of it was YouTube again.
Okay.
Wikipedia. A couple BBC clips. That's where I found the one where they tracked him down in like 7 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Mine is strictly Wikipedia.
Okay.
So, just so you guys know. But it's still it's pretty cool.
Wikipedia is way better than it used to be.
For sure.
Like, reliable wise.
For sure. And for somebody about like Julian Assange, I would imagine it's decently credible. Wiki, Anyway.
Did they do something about it? Like,
I think they limited who could post on there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's much stricter controls as far as who can put information on.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So in November 2010, Sweden issued an international arrest warrant for Assange after questioning him months earlier about allegations of sexual assault and rape. Assange denied the allegations and said that they were just a pretext for him to be extradited from Sweden to the United States because of his role in publishing secret American documents. Did I say? I said I got mine from Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Okay, so cut that part.
That's for sure staying in just because of the...
Okay. Swedish prosecutors later suspended their investigation and applied to revoke the European arrest warrant in May 2017. Assange surrendered to UK police on 7 December 2010, but was released on bail within 10 days. Having been unsuccessful in his challenge to the extradition proceedings, he breached his bail in June 2012 to seek asylum from Ecuador. He was granted asylum by Ecuador in August of 2012 and remained in the embassy of Ecuador in London for almost 7 years. In 2017, the London Metropolitan Police indicated that an arrest warrant was enforced for Assange's failure to surrender himself to his bail, even though the original Swedish allegations had been dropped. During the 2016 U.S. Democratic Party presidential primaries, WikiLeaks hosted emails sent or received by candidate Hillary Clinton from her private email server when she was Secretary of State. The U.S. intelligence community, as well as special counsel investigation, concluded that the Russian government carried out a hacking campaign as part of a broader efforts of interference in the 2016 United States election. In 2018, 12 Russian intelligence officers, mostly affiliated with the GRU, were indicted on criminal charges by Special Counsel Robert Mueller. The indictment charges the Russians with carrying out the computer hacking and working with WikiLeaks and other organizations to spread the stolen documents. Assange consistently denied any connection or cooperation with Russian in relation to the leaks, and accused the Clinton campaign of stoking a neo-McCarthy hysteria. So, just so listeners are following at home, I'm basically reading straight from the Wikipedia page.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I am skipping around. That whole section was all straight from the Wikipedia page, but I am skipping around a bit because some parts are more interesting than others. So, to his childhood, Julian Paul Hawkins was born on 3 July 1971.
Did you find why he's changed his name? Or when?
Yes, it's in here.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, his mother divorced the father early and married another guy named Assange.
Okay. So he took his stepdad's name then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was born on the 3rd of July in 1971 in Townsville, Queensland, to Christine Ann Hawkins, a visual artist, and John Shipton, an anti-war activist and builder. When Julian Hawkins was a year old, his mother married Robert Brett Assange. Christine and Brett Assange divorced about 1979. Christine Assange then became involved with Leif Meinel, who also known as Leif Hamilton, a member of Australian cult The Family, with whom she had a son before the couple broke up in 1982. So this is fucking interesting. I want to repeat that. Julian Assange's mother married a guy who was in The Family, the cult The Family. Are you familiar with them? So this cult is still around today, and it's all about having sex with your children.
Weird.
It's like fucked up.
Jeez.
Like, yeah, it's.
I mean, that's.
You can go and find better information than I'm giving you here, but it's a
Don't, like, the
fucking
Mormons
weird
do that
cult.
too, though?
The entire family, like the Mormons. Oh,
Yeah, don't they do that too?
A lot of religious
yeah.
groups do.
I mean,
Right?
Muslims
Like
do
you
it
watch
too.
those shows, it's like the daughters are having babies with their own fathers.
yes, and it's just like that, but like as opposed to the Mormon faith, that's not okay to the average Mormon.
Oh, okay. So
This is a
beliefs,
cult who
okay,
and
yeah.
they worship their
Yeah.
leader and stuff too. I mean, it's
Right.
a actual cult.
An actual
Cult.
yeah. like the Kool-Aid kind.
So
Yeah.
while we're on the cult topic,
Yeah.
do you know why there's not many jokes about Jonestown?
No.
The punchline's too long.
They forced him to drink it anyway.
Oh, I love that joke.
Fucked up. Thank you. I knew that was going to be fucked up. Okay.
So happy
Anyway.
you knew that.
So Julian Assange was involved in the family at an early age. In 79. So he was born in 71. He was 8 years old. He had a fucked up childhood. So later on, he studied programming, mathematics, and physics at Queen's Central University. I also studied physics. Yay. And the University of Melbourne. Assange married a woman named Teresa in 89. Assange had a son named Daniel, and Assange was the primary caregiver for Daniel for much of his childhood. In an open letter to then French President François Hollande, he said that his family had faced death threats and harassment because of his work, forcing them to change identities and reduce contact with him. So early in his years, in 1987, at age 16, Assange began hacking under the name Mendax, which is Latin for liar.
Shit.
Yeah. He and two others known as Trex and Prime Suspect formed a hacking group they call the International Subversives. He is thought to have been involved in the WANK, Worms Against Nuclear Killers hack at NASA in 89.
I'm sure he's been involved in a wank once or twice.
Penis. Anyway, so he doesn't acknowledge any involvement in this wank. This particular wank.
Okay.
In September 1991, Assange was discovered hacking into the Melbourne Master Terminal of Nortel, a Canadian multinational telecommunications corporation. The Australian Federal Police tapped Assange's phone line. He was using a modem, raided his home at the end of October, and eventually charged him in 1994 with 31 counts of hacking and related crimes. In December of 1996, he pleaded guilty to 25 charges. The other 6 were dropped. He was ordered to pay reparations of $2,100 and released on good behavior. The perceived absence of malicious or mercenary intent and his disrupted childhood were cited to justify his lenient penalty. So they knew he had a fucked up childhood too. Mm-hmm. But I want to also stress that the perceived absence of malicious or mercenary intent, that is a theme throughout this entire thing. He's not malicious or mercenary-ish. I don't know.
So he's not. He's just releasing information.
Really, yeah.
And he's not releasing information on anybody else's behalf. It was basically what that.
No. He was released. He released Snowden files and he released the Chelsea Manning files.
I'm talking about as a state. He's not working with any state to release. That's the mercenary thing, right?
So I believe so. But that's in question too. That's not. I'm not convinced he is entirely, but there's some evidence, some circumstantial evidence suggesting that maybe he's friendly to the Russians, but there's other things that happened. Anyway, so programming. In 1993, Assange gave technical advice to the Victoria Police Child Exploitation Unit and assisted with prosecutions. That right there doesn't have to do anything else for the rest of his life. He's a fucking hero right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, go Julian Assange. 1 second. Thank you, Mr. Assange, for your work.
Delete that extra empty.
Anyway,
You want to pass that bowl over there or hit it or something?
Oh fuck! There's a fucking packed bowl. Yes,
It's
I
been
want to hit
sitting
it.
there for fucking minutes.
You're good. Here,
For
you're
fucking
gonna melt
minutes.
his silicone.
And that goddamn torchlighter's back.
Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
don't like it?
I hate that thing.
I'll put that away.
Why?
It clicks so loud.
Oh. Yeah.
It does. I'm not sure how much I've used it here.
Once. Maybe
Okay.
twice.
Okay. Well, in the same year, he was involved in starting one of the first public internet service providers in Australia, Suburbia Public Access Network. So, this fucking guy. Come on. Who doesn't like this guy, right?
Governments don't like that guy, but
Yeah, governments don't like this guy, but they
to
should.
the average Joe.
But governments are assholes.
Yeah.
So, in addition to this, he contributed research to Swalet Dreyfus's Underground, a book about Australian hackers, including the international subversives. So, he not only did this shit, but he was open about doing this shit. He's not. I want to. He's just open. He's about free information about everything, everybody, and everything to everybody. Does that make sense? You can edit that to make sense.
Sure.
Okay.
See, I'm not a computer techie person, so when I hear hackers, my mind instantly goes to like Swordfish and that Angelina Jolie one where they're like hacking in with payphones and shit.
Oh yeah.
I
never saw that, but I've seen the preview. I think.
Hold on a second.
For it.
These fucking dogs. Shut up!
Oh shit! God damn.
Oh.
What? What?
Keep that in there. God damn. That hurt.
Fucking dogs.
All right. So Assange and others established WikiLeaks in 2006.
So was he or was he not rollerblading and hanging out with Halle Berry during all this?
We'll get to roller things later, but there is evidence to suggest that he roller skated. Or rollerboarded. Or skateboarded. What the fuck am I trying to say?
I think he's gotten old.
Rollerboarded. That needs to be a thing. Like just generic skateboards. Rollerboard. By Blammo.
Available at Walmart.
No, that's the Kmart one there.
Oh.
Rollerboards.
What were those scooters that everybody had? Razors?
Razors.
Yeah.
We had, I grew up poor, so we had the off-brand razors.
Oh, really?
I can't remember what the hell they were.
I had like an orange razor. It was like just what I wanted. It was like the one, of the few that I ever got what I asked for.
Razors came out when I was an adult. So, yeah.
Oh,
So in high school, I worked at a haunted house, and we had a midget working for us, and she rode a razor scooter because she couldn't keep up with us normally. And she had this, imagine a midget clown on a scooter. It's the funniest and most terrifying thing you'll ever see.
Jeez.
I'm not sure how much of that you're supposed to say.
You mean the word midget?
Yeah. I don't think you're supposed to say that.
Oh, we can't say that anymore.
I don't know.
Hey, as long as we say all
But
the other
yes,
ones,
that's terrifying.
then we're good.
But yeah, wow.
Yeah. She was awesome.
As long as we say all the other ones, we'll be good.
I don't give a fuck.
No, I know, but he does, apparently.
So, I just don't want to...
No, I know. Offend anybody. I totally get it. Yeah. I mean, I don't want the letters. Who's going to get letters?
Yeah, not Papa Darby.
That Scott guy's a midget racist. I don't know what a heightist?
He's a real pain in
Heightist.
the ass.
Is that a thing?
Midget?
Did I just make that up?
Heightist?
I'm
Personist?
heightist.
That sounds like it's some Nazi thing.
I think
She was awesome. Like, I'm not saying she was a bad person. I'm just saying she was little. Like,
Yeah. No. Nobody thinks you dislike
We
them.
do know the correct term. It is little person. Just so
We
everybody
just
knows.
choose not to use it.
Yeah, exactly.
if you're a little slow, I'm gonna call you retarded too. Let's just get that out of the way.
Oh, you can't say that.
We got plenty of those coming. Man.
Okay.
Who else could I offend? Could I just offend everybody this episode?
You guys,
I
stay
mean,
tuned.
Clearly,
A
I'm not.
little bit.
At the very least, I'm not racist. I'm hanging out with a Hispanic and a black guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just
yeah.
heightist and what was the other one I just made fun
Slowest.
of? Slowest. Yes.
Slowest.
IQist.
Oh. I'm just withering in my seat here. Hey, people got to listen to this episode.
Yeah.
Anyway, WikiLeaks published secret information, news leaks, and classified media from anonymous sources, including revelations about drone strikes in Yemen, corruption across the Arab world, the extrajudicial executions by Kenyan police, extrajudicial
What?
extrajudicial
Here, I'll read the fucking word.
Extra what?
extrajudicial judicial executions by Kenyan police, 2008 Tibetan unrest in China, the Petrogate oil scandal in Peru, the leaked emails from the Turkish government.
Do you say
published
Petrogate?
Petrogate, yeah.
Why does everything have to be a gate nowadays?
Because it's all scandals are gates. Thank you, Watergate.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
Anyways.
The Petrogate oil scandal in Peru, the leaked emails from the Turkish government published at the height of Erdogan's post-coup purges in Turkey in December in 2016, or a collection of more than 2 million emails from Syrian political figures, governmental ministries, and companies. Assange said the rest of the Syria files, Syria files, it helps us not merely to criticize one group or another, but to understand their interests, actions, and thoughts. It is only through understanding this conflict that we can hope to resolve it. So, come on, who doesn't like this guy? This guy.
What's the guy's name again?
Assange. Julian Assange. This guy. Anyway.
I like how we went into this and you didn't like the guy.
No, I didn't know much about him. I'd always known that he did some heroic things. Like, we absolutely should know about the wrongdoings of all governments across the world. I wholeheartedly believe that. But the stories that were coming out about his arrest and the conditions under his arrest, of which we will get to, or to which we will get. Anyway.
Because at this point, we're worried about grammar and everything.
Anyway, yeah, so...
What was the first heroic thing that you said?
My favorite thing.
I feel like we kind of glossed over that one.
I'll say it fucking again. In 1993, Assange gave technical advice to the Victorian Police Child Exploitation Unit and assisted with prosecutions. Right there. That's the first heroic thing that I said that he did, and that just needs to be his last, or that could be his last.
Saving kids by itself should be good enough.
Yes, absolutely. Like, yes.
You popped. Redo.
It's called a plosive.
Plosive. Anyway.
We might have got a little too high for this episode.
No, let's keep going. Power through.
But it was only after beginning publishing documents supplied by Chelsea Manning that WikiLeaks became a household name. The Manning material included the collateral murder video in April of 2010, which showed United States soldiers fatally shooting 18 people from a helicopter in Iraq, including journalists Namir Noor Eldin and Saeed Shama.
How'd you get through those names so easy?
I'm Arabic.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Eh.
I'm not
ambiguously
Arabic at all.
brown.
I am ambiguously brown.
Which so am I, apparently.
Sometimes.
This material also included the Afghanistan war logs, the Iraq war logs, 250,000 diplomatic cables, and the Guantanamo files. Have you seen that video of them shooting all those innocent people from the helicopter?
Mm-hmm.
It's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Like it. On the one hand, signing up to give your life in something that you believe in, especially, in my opinion, the government. I am, despite all of this, I am still a patriot. And giving up your life, signing up to give your life, that deserves respect. But then fucking going out and murdering innocent people deserves fucking death.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking horrible.
I come from a family with a lot of veterans in it.
Me too. Both my parents.
Me not being one of those.
Me too.
And like a lot of what they do, go them, whatever. But then there's shit like this, and it's like that's our tax dollars paying to machine gun down citizens.
Yeah, it's almost like we did that too.
Mm-hmm.
And I like in the video, like it's clear that they knew that they were innocent people.
Mm-hmm.
They just wanted to kill somebody.
Yep.
And I mean, I've known vets in compromised situations have done some really horrific things because of the stress of war. It's just it causes you to be a barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what side
People
you're on.
aren't
you're
meant
fucking...
to be out there killing
You
each
get
other.
fucked up,
Like
man.
the average person does not want to kill another person. But you sign up for this shit, or you get drafted into this shit.
Still, though, I don't think that should be an excuse, though. You know, just
No.
Just the fact that you're fucked up, you're okay to do this.
No. It's absolutely not an excuse. It's horrible. The entire thing, the entire institution is horrible. It should all be decimated, and we should all just smoke weed together.
Yep.
Yay. Anyway, so the Australian Prime Minister, Julia Gillard, described his activities as illegal, but the police said that he had not broken any Australian law. The United States Vice President, Joe Biden, called him a terrorist. What do we know about Joe Biden?
He's creepy as shit with little kids.
No,
and he's wrong about Julian Assange.
Not little kids, but with men and women.
Oh no, he's touched some kids too.
But okay.
I don't know, like not like touched, but like
right. He's
creepy with kids.
He's touchy-feely, and nobody likes that. But he also just declared to be candidate on Thursday, so now he's a candidate of for the United States presidency, and he's the Democratic frontrunner.
So he's a person who is creepy as shit with little kids and is wrong about Julian Assange and hates freedom.
Well,
to be clear, I'm not pro-Trump. I'm just pointing out the flaws in Biden right now.
Right. Yes. I would say he hates freedom. Doesn't like some forms of freedom.
Oh, he's also responsible for almost every single mass shooting in the last 20 some odd years. He's the
Joe
one
Biden?
He's the one that implemented the Gun-Free Zone Act.
I don't know anything about that, and I don't. I'd say it's a stretch to say that is responsible for mass shootings.
Where do 99% of them happen?
Okay,
this is a whole nother episode. But...
Yeah.
What? We have a 4th episode today?
This is only the first.
No,
I'm taking the bowl away from you.
So anyway, that's the vice president, the front runner for the Democratic Party right now does not like Julian Assange. Something I dislike about our current presidential candidate. I do like Joe Biden's other stuff, just so we're clear, but some other stuff about him, just not this. Anyway, so support from him for Assange came from Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. Wow. President of Ecuador, Rafael Correa. Russian.
Correa.
You want to go ahead?
I just said it.
Correa. Russian President Dmitry Medvedev. British Labour Party leader Jeremy Corbyn. Then he was a MP. Minister of Parliament, by the way. That's what MP stands for.
Not a military police.
No, not in England. Spain's Podemos party leader Pablo Iglesias.
They have a hippopotamus party?
Well, we have an elephant and a donkey party. Spain's Podemos party.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. Do you know?
Yes, we can. Yeah, Podemos means we can.
Okay. All right.
Hey, you came in useful.
Oh. We love age. Anyway, them. Yeah, Pablo Iglesias. UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Navi Pillay. Argentina. No. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Argentina Ambassador to the UK, Alicia Castro. And the activists and celebrities, including Tariq Ali, John Perry Barlow, Daniel Ellsberg, Mary Kostakaitis. You know, Mary Kostakaitis? I don't know who that is.
Sure.
John Pilger.
I don't know who any of these people are.
Weiwei. Michael Moore, Noam Chomsky, Vaughn Smith, and Oliver Stone.
And who are all these people?
Just various celebrities and stuff. Like Noam Chomsky wrote...
No. Why are you reading all these? You've been reading names for a minute now.
Sorry, they are...
Why? Please repeat the why.
The list of names that I just read are backers of Assange. I just wanted to say that there's a list of powerful people that do back him, which is a good thing.
Because you were naming names there for a minute, and I had already forgotten why you were naming names.
Well, you are very stoned.
Yeah.
By the way, can we pack that glass one?
Yeah.
The wizard one?
Yeah, I like that one. So several parties have claimed a strong pro-Russian bias in Assange's public comments and stated that the materials released by WikiLeaks never seemed to be able to leak anything damaging to the interests of the Russians. So,
which I think is why you initially were kind of poo-pooing on him a little bit.
That's one thing that I did read about him that I don't like, but there's a reason. Like I'll get to that. And it's kind of an obvious reason. So, in November 25th of 2016, the day before my birthday, WikiLeaks released emails and internal documents that provided details on the U.S. military operations in Yemen from 2009 to March 2015. In a statement accompanying release of Yemen files, Assange said about the U.S. involvement in the Yemen wars, the war in Yemen has produced 3.15 million internally displaced persons. Although the United States government has provided most of the bombs and is deeply involved in the conduct of the war itself, reportage on the war in English is conspicuously rare. So
I hate this bowl. Hold this a second.
I like that bowl.
You can't set it down.
Well, yeah, that does suck. You need
This
like
one or
a
that one?
stand for it.
Your
that
wizard bowl.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
so
it's made to be held.
the former director of the CIA, Mike Pompeo, called him a non-state hostile intelligence service often abetted by state actors like Russia. That's important to remember. A non-state hostile intelligence service. So Pompeo's accusation followed a series of damaging leaks of confidential documents, codenamed Vault 7, that included details on the CIA's hacking capabilities. So, yeah. The government wants to be able to hack you. But we know this.
Wait, what'd you say about a non-state?
It's like when they went over to Apple and wanted them to make a back door for them.
Yeah.
And Apple's like, no.
Oh, right, yeah.
So they
That
went
is
ahead and
kinda
hacked
cool.
it themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. But, or Apple kind of publicly said no.
Mm-hmm.
So, 2017.
They're doing a whole ad campaign about that right now, too. Apple, with privacy.
I haven't seen it.
I've seen
I don't watch too many
YouTube commercials with them.
No. I usually just stream my shit. I don't even have cable. Well, no, I guess I do have cable on one of my places. Anyway.
I don't have an ad blocker on my Fire Stick. So that's the only way I have
You watch
commercials at all.
Yeah.
I mean, we get them on Facebook nowadays.
Not me. Anytime an ad comes up on it, while I'm like halfway through a video on Facebook, I just scroll to the next.
Nice.
I see very few ads, too, by design.
That's actually what I do too, but not every time.
So, a 2017 article on foreign policy asserted that in the summer of 2016, WikiLeaks turned down leaks on Russia, on the Russian government during the U.S. presidential campaign, stating the leak organization ignored damaging information on the Kremlin to focus on Hillary Clinton and election-related hacks. This was disputed by WikiLeaks, who said that as far as it could recall, the material was already public. The cache had previously been reported on by the BBC and other news outlets to reveal details about Russian military and intelligence involvement in Ukraine. So the thing is, people already fucking know about them. There's nothing to leak.
Yeah.
They're pretty open. We already know what the fuck is going on with them.
Yeah.
They're pretty open about what the fuck they're doing. I mean, I'm sure they hide it a little bit. I'm sure there's some shit that we don't know.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty that we don't know.
But
they're like
I think a lot of people do actually know.
top 3, top 5 at the very least in the world as far as superpowers go. They don't really need to worry. Like,
Yeah. I mean, they're well reported on. WikiLeaks doesn't need to do it. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of why there's not much Russia coming from them. But there was some Russia stuff that did come from them. So, for instance, in September of 2017, Assange released Spy Files Russia, revealing how a St. Petersburg-based technology company called Peter Service helped Russian state entities gather detailed data on Russian cell phone users. It's part of a national system of online surveillance called System of Operation Investigative Activities, or SORM. According to Moscow-based journalist Fred Weir, experts say it casts a timely spotlight on the vast surveillance operations mounted by Russian security services, which kind of goes into what you were saying before about China.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of similarities between China and Russia, like how they run shit.
Except for one's open about it, one's not.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So, U.S. investigations. After WikiLeaks released the Manning material, United States authorities began investigating WikiLeaks and Assange personally with a view to prosecuting them under the Espionage Act of 1917. In November 2010, U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder said that there was an active, ongoing criminal investigation into WikiLeaks. It emerged from legal documents leaked over the ensuing months that Assange and others were being investigated by a federal grand jury in Alexandria, Virginia. Some Snowden documents published in 2014 showed that the United States government put Assange on the 2010 manhunting timeline, and in the same period, they urged their allies to open criminal investigations into the editor-in-chief of WikiLeaks, the title that he holds.
You want me to read so you can hit it?
We tried that last time, remember?
Did we?
You reading.
Oh, yeah. Hey, but I wasn't the only one, though. Yeah, I'm surprised you guys read so well when I just can't. I mean, I feel like I could do it today.
I do science while I'm high.
Yeah, when you research high, it's a little easier to remember it high, too.
Yeah, good point.
So he was designated as a malicious foreign actor. So there's a bunch more. He leaked a bunch of great stuff about President Lenin Moreno, which he leaked stuff about the DNC and shit like that. So let me tell you,
which is for sure why he's going to mysteriously commit suicide.
Oh, I would not be shocked at all.
Well, you saw the dead man dump, right?
No.
After he got arrested, WikiLeaks released a shit ton of information.
Oh.
I just nicknamed it the dead man dump. That's
that,
the
though.
shit that they had stored up that
You
they're
nicknamed
pretty
that?
sure he's not going to get it to trial. Like, he's not going to make it to trial alive.
Oh, interesting. I bet there's more if he actually croaks. I bet there's a shit ton
I
more.
wouldn't be surprised at all. Like,
It'd be great. I mean, not if he croaks. I don't want him to die yet. I mean, eventually, and then I want to know. But anyway, so about his arrest. On the 11th of April of 2019, the Metropolitan Police of London, whom Ecuadorian authorities had invited into the embassy, arrested Assange in connection with his failure to surrender to the court in June 2012 for extradition to Sweden. The Ecuadorian president, Lenin Moreno, stated that Ecuador withdrew Assange's asylum after he repeatedly violated international conventions regarding domestic interference. He was found guilty of breaching his bail conditions later that afternoon. Assange was carrying Gore Vidal's History of the National Security State during his arrest. So apparently,
Yes.
this is from other various news sources and stuff, but apparently he was being an asshole. He was riding a skateboard in the embassy. I saw a video of that though.
yeah, I saw a video in his room, just
In his
kind of back
room.
and forth a couple feet.
Right.
Whether he was doing more or not, I have no idea. But I assume
Right.
there's cameras all over the embassy.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, if he was riding it up and down the hallways or whatever, you'd think they'd have video of that too.
And would show it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were saying he was ruining floors. Maybe he did. Yeah, I don't know. They said that he was inviting guests to secure off-limits areas within the embassy. They said that his personal hygiene was horrible, that he didn't take care of his own cat. Cats are awful, by the way. If you're a cat person, that's great. God bless you. Your cat sucks.
Why are cats one of those things that people either hate or they love?
Because they smell terrible and people are insane.
And I'm allergic to them.
Yeah, there's that too.
So everybody that loves cats is insane.
Yeah.
No,
All right.
no. You can be a cat person. Cat people are fine.
Let's add that to the list.
No. If you're just a cat person, you're insane. If you have a cat and a dog, you're
Add it
okay.
to the list.
Like, you have to have that dog to balance out the cat insanity.
See, we always had cats and dogs growing up.
See, me and my mom are both allergic to cats, so we never had him.
You know what we didn't do to cats, though? Put ties on them. Which is something that
Yeah.
Julian Assange did.
That's really douchey. Because I was trying to find pictures and video of the cat shitting all over the place, like they say there is. Like, sure, certainly there's somebody took a fucking cell phone picture of this cat taking a shit in the floor,
You'd
right?
think.
Yeah.
But all I could find was pictures of his damn cat wearing bow ties and shit.
Different ones.
Yeah,
Like,
lots of different ones.
Like, he had one for each day of the month.
Jeez.
So, this guy was probably personally a douche. Like, don't meet your heroes kind of guy. But he certainly has done, in my opinion, some heroic things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, Mr. Assange, wherever you are, if you're about to die.
Well,
No,
we're not clapping if you're about to
not
die.
if you're about to die. Yeah, not if you're about to die.
I just
That was-
added to the list.
Cut that shit out. Okay, Mr. Assange, Thank you. Here you go.
Yay.
Thank you for maybe not dying.
Yeah.
Yet.
But yeah, there's a lot of heroic things he's done and a lot of good things he's done. It seems that the only bad things he's done. So okay. I actually didn't get to it. There was the rape charges allegations today.
Well, that's what he was
alluded to
actually
before.
arrested on, wasn't it?
Right, but they were later dropped.
Right.
And I think
And I saw a release. They had released text messages from the woman who accused him, like within the days following that, and there was no sort of allegations then. Like
right, like there was scant evidence of
yeah,
said.
it was
I
things
don't
like
want to
like,
say what
like
happened.
that she had a great time or whatever, and thank you, and like nothing.
Like I don't want to judge the
Implementing,
scenario
yeah.
at all, but and I guess it was at a time before Me Too, but still, he's the kind of guy that that tries to help with exploitation of children. I don't know. I don't want to be that guy that supports another guy against sexual assault allegations against him. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. And if it is happened, it's absolutely horrible and it's awful, and he should be punished for that. Absolutely should be punished for that. But for the other things that he did, he should be praised.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not so much if he sexually assaulted, but there are still good things that he did.
I think this is his Capone's tax evasion. They're going to get him on this because that's the only thing they can get him on.
That's not what he's being charged with now. Those were dropped. Those were from Sweden, and those were dropped. Yeah.
Okay.
He's just being charged with like.
Well, now that
hacking
he's
related.
out, they can get him with whatever the fuck they want.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, what the fuck ever. But it's more like espionage and treason and terror and hacking and that kind of shit.
Freedom of speech issues.
Not according to the government, but yes, freedom of speech issues.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't. He was able to gain access to some very sensitive information, and damaging information, and information that, for instance, the helicopter shooting video. The family of those people deserve to know what the fuck happened, who the fuck did it, and under what circumstances that it had happened.
And us, the taxpayers, should know what the fuck our money's paying for.
So there is the national security line, and I do believe that maybe there's some stuff that I just don't need to know, but there are a lot of stuff that they are saying I don't need to know that I really do fucking need to know, and that's one of them. And you're right. I don't know. Maybe there should be some dark tax money, but maybe very little. Because you do have to pay for espionage, and you can't really. You need it. And you just fucking need it in order to work, and you can't really. You can't keep track of that publicly.
How does that not just the CIA budget or the FBI budget or what? Place alphabet thing here.
Okay, fair enough. As opposed to the army doing their shit.
Right.
Okay, I can get behind that. Fucking make everything completely transparent.
I mean,
with the Army, Navy, and Marines.
Investigative and intelligence agencies.
Right.
Use them for what they're supposed to be there for.
Right. They would probably have to. There would be covert military operations, but
and the
it
CIA
was done
does
under
do
the CIA.
shit like that too.
I would
They'll put
think
people undercover overseas and shit.
I would. They will deny it, I'm sure, but I would think. I've seen enough movies.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I got for Julian Assange. Is now rotting away in some prison. He's probably eating soggy, moldy bread, and rat turds.
Waiting to
probably not what happened.
mysteriously commit suicide.
Yeah, that's a shame. But when it happens, I do think there will be an actual dead man dump. I like that word. I think that we should hashtag dead man dump.
Okay. Hashtag dead man dump.
Yeah. That sounds like under another context something different.
It totally does.
I mean, you do.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
But anyway, that's what I got. You got anything,
No, that
Mr.
that wraps it
Shackelford?
up.
Shackelford.
Yeah, that was 2.5, 3 topics that wouldn't have been enough for one episode. We could have probably done a full episode on Assange, but
Oh, we definitely could have. There was a lot that I left out.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think those 3 rolled well together.
I think so. Yeah, I think you put them together nicely.
Yeah.
And we'll have another one next week. The next one is going to be,
It's religions, but not your typical religions.
well, 2 in particular,
Yeah.
and more so the mythologies than the religion. Like I'm not going into like religious practices like how they
Right,
did to worship
right.
or anything. I'm going into their like
The stories.
lore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Should be an interesting one.
yeah.
Because I know nothing about the one that you picked, and you don't know much about the one I picked.
Not much.
so-
I know what Marvel says about yours.
Yeah, and it's almost all wrong.
I still like it. I'll still go.
Did you play God of War yet?
No.
You should, dude.
Oh, I
I'll
had that.
lend it to you.
I just got that. The one with the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I'm
game's
playing
so
it now.
good. Also, if we're going into video games, Days Gone. Have you guys seen any of that?
No. Do you have it?
What is
No.
that?
No, it's coming out. It's like hordes of zombies come after you.
Oh, maybe I have.
Yeah, like an
Yeah.
insane. They have like
Is it like Left 4 Dead?
yeah, kind of. Except I think it's more open world. So I was watching a video today, and they say they have like different. I guess it's all open world, and I guess they have like
Cool.
5 or 6 different hordes just around the map that just like of 500 zombies all at once coming after you, and you have to like come up with different ways to kill them. It looks insane. It looks scary as fuck, but it looks fun.
Light some candles, turn the lights off,
With few exceptions, I don't do a whole lot of
smoke a bowl.
new gaming shit.
You should, dude. You should get into it.
I like the retro shit better. He says wearing a Mario shirt.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Scott Shackelford
What's
is
that,
wearing a Super Mario Brothers.
Chicken horse.
So
whatever the
if they're the Mario Brothers, what's this motherfucker's first name?
fuck. What motherfucker?
Him. This guy.
I'm pretty sure
Is it
his
Mario
name is
Mario?
just Mario.
Mario and Luigi Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's funny. So his last name is Mario.
Mhm.
He's got two
Yeah, I'm
first
pretty
names.
sure his name is just Mario. I'm not that nerdy
What's
Well-
Luigi's
for
last
sure,
name?
but
I think
Mario?
that
yeah,
SNES is maybe a little stupid.
SNES.
SNES.
Yeah,
Uh,
Mario goes
at
back
least,
to regular NES.
well, whatever. I like saying SNES. This is why I said SNES. SNES. SNES.
Take a nice SNES.
I don't know. That's my shit. The 8-bit, 16-bit.
I can get down with some Castlevania and shit. And, yeah, but I also like the new shit.
Yeah, new shit. Like it's like you don't like it because it's like puzzles, right, or something. It's like once.
Yeah,
you
I've never
solve
been a
it-
big puzzle game.
But it's super
Oh, I like
easy. They make
puzzles.
it like easy now. You don't even have to try, which is the whole like.
Unless you put it on hard.
Unless you put it on hard, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, it's like
I never do.
These games are totally beatable now. They're not compared to like old. It's
See,
just
and I
it's
like
just
all
like
the old
playing
platformer
through a
games.
movie though, because the graphics.
Oh,
are
the graphics
insane.
are amazing.
So yeah, it's like you're playing a movie, really.
Yeah.
What the hell was that one we were playing last week with my brother? Chicken horse
Oh
something or
yeah,
other.
we're gonna
Ultimate
play that
Chicken
right
Horse?
now, right?
Is
Yeah.
that the name of it?
Yeah, Ultimate Chicken Horse.
Oh,
that
okay.
game's the shit.
I've never.
You're
Heard of
about
it.
to.
Or
Oh,
we'll,
yeah?
we'll-
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody. Will
I brought my
play it.
controller over so all 4 of us can play it once.
Rock on.
Yeah, we bought it. It's fun.
Cool.
My brother hit me up like a week ago, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Nothing." He's like, "Get on PlayStation." I'm like, "Okay." Like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, "I want to test something," and he figured out how to let me play it without me even having the game.
It's PlayStation.
Through his system,
Apparently,
yeah.
PlayStation does this thing called PlayStation.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. That's
So we
pretty
played for
cool.
like a couple hours, and then I came over here the next night,
Time's out.
and I'm like, "I got this game. We gotta play."
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, yeah.
Go PS4. PS's.
PS's is
PSI.
okay.
Pissy.
Take a good pissy.
Yeah. I like pissy. Wait, that doesn't sound right. I didn't mean it like the Trump way.
Golden shower.
Oh, no. Like, I mean, there's enough money in the world, but none of you have it.
I had a buddy, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
Have you seen that video of that guy? I just saw it on Facebook today of this guy drinking it shows off like he's like, so I guess somebody's dad sent this video to him. It's this guy in a car. He's like, oh man, this guy came up to me and he's like, have you seen it?
Exactly what you're talking about. With the Heineken?
You might tell it better, man, because I had
because that was I've no fucking. There was this guy and there was this guy and he came up to this guy.
Like a video chat thing, and it's this dude sitting in his truck and he's talking to whoever, and he says, "So I was walking into the convenience store and this guy walks up to me. He goes, 'Hey man, you want a free 12-pack of Heineken?' And he's like, 'Oh yeah, I'll take a free 12-pack of Heineken.' He goes, 'All right, well, you gotta let me touch your dick.'"
What? This
And
was a
he's like,
commercial?
Huh? No, this is some guy sitting in his pickup truck
Yeah.
talking to like a video chat thing, right?
Okay.
So the guy's like, "Man, there are some weird fucking people out there wanting to touch your dick and get up on you and everything, and then takes a sip of Heineken and fucking world's a fucked up place."
I just saw that.
I butchered it,
That was
so
hilarious.
but yeah, that's the
That was
gist
it.
of
That's
it.
the
Yeah,
gist of it. Gist of it.
All right.
Somebody wanted to touch his dick to give him Heineken, and
All right.
he's sitting there drinking Heineken.
I mean, no,
It's not even good beer.
no, it really isn't. It's not.
I just like saying, oh, I like drinking Hefe, or no, fucking Heinies.
Heinies. What the fuck was
Which brings us back
My
to
coworker
Fort Collins Beer.
calling-
Great breweries.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Dos Equis. He was calling it Dos Equis.
Dosaki's? Oh, dude, and he was serious,
And had no
too.
idea he was saying it wrong.
Serious. And he's like, Dosaki's. Oh shit, did I do it again?
Like he had
was
been
like
saying
that
Dos
bad.
Equis for years and had no idea he was wrong.
Huh.
And we corrected him, and he kept on doing it. He like
still
couldn't
does it.
change it. He still does.
Cool. Yeah. Cool.
It's pretty funny.
That's funny.
Way the fuck off topic again.
Yeah.
We were all wrapped up, ready to
I mean,
go.
yeah, we're ready to
Oh,
go,
yeah.
I guess.
All right. So where can you find us?
HigherMindsPodcast.com.
Higher Minds Podcast.
Don't mind the fucked up website. We're working on it.
The website is not the ad the ad shit is working better. Or there's not ad shit. There were a bunch of pop-ups that were happening that I got fixed. It was pointing if you Googled it, it was pointing at the wrong site. I got that fixed. So, but we're developing. We're gonna put more pictures up. We're going to be doing more shit on it. So yeah, check it out. HigherMindsPodcast.com.
Yeah.
Can you get to your other apps now?
No,
Yeah,
we got to add
I
the
don't think
links.
the links are back up
We're
yet.
going to be adding links tomorrow. And we'll be
So
doing-
since the links aren't up yet, as of us recording this, they probably are by the time this goes out.
oh yeah,
But you can also find us Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
how?
SoundCloud, YouTube. Is that it right now?
That's it right
What's
now.
the name? How do they find us?
Higher Minds Podcast.
Higher
or
Minds
Higher Minds,
Podcast.
or
Twitter
yeah.
is Higher Minds Podcast or Higher Minds 2.
Higher Minds 2, I think it is.
Higher Minds 2.
Facebook, Instagram, all that shit's just Higher Minds.
You have the same picture
Or the
on
Higher
all
Minds
your
podcast.
social media stuff,
Yeah.
like the profile image. It's
Yep.
all the same.
Yeah, it's all our
That's how you
same
find 'em.
logo and
Braid
everything.
leaf weed
So,
because all our brains are on leaf weeds.
Yep.
leaf weeds.
Yeah, they are.
Weed leaves, not leaf weeds.
Yeah,
Okay.
all of them.
Look out for the sticker at
Yeah, they.
Various
I'm
locations.
pretty sure they're gone. They've been up there for a week or two now.
Oh, they're gone now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
see.
a
I
good
was there
sign.
today and I didn't see any.
Cool.
Yeah, so we're gonna put some more out, and I'm gonna take some cross country with me, and maybe you'll see some. Maybe you won't.
Distribute some randomly.
Yeah. You should see some along the I-70 corridor. I hope in Ohio and Kansas.
Ooh, idea.
Yeah.
You should leave them at like rest areas.
Just
Just like drop a couple there for people passing through.
Sure, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I feel like the government
so-
will take those down instantly.
No, I'm saying like not stick them up somewhere,
No,
but
I
like
know.
just leave them there.
Yeah, I feel like.
So if somebody's randomly listening to
Hey.
us and driving down I-70, hit
So-
your next rest stop. There might be a sticker there for you.
Yeah, our email is hiremindspodcast@gmail.com. If you find one at a fucking rest stop, fucking email us.
That'd be awesome.
That would be very fucking cool. Yeah. There'll only be a few at these various locations.
Yeah, just
but-
like one or two at each one that you stop at or whatever.
What are the chances? What do you think are the chances?
I don't
of
know.
this is
Somebody
gonna happen?
listening to this going on I-70 somewhere between Colorado and Ohio.
If he remembers, right?
Oh, I'll fucking remember. I'm all about this shit. You have no idea. Like, fucking, I'm all about this shit.
Fucking Ari Shafir used to do that with edibles and weed and shit.
Yeah. I saw that one, yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be a fun little Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, that'd be,
Or some random person finds that sticker and checks us out.
yeah, well, they'll almost have to. Yeah. Only the people the final.
Unless they're using it to hold their gum or something.
Yeah, damn. All right, well, so yeah.
That sounds like a fun little game.
So I'll do that this week, and hopefully you find one years later. No, find one like in the next couple of days, please.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go like down a street and stick them on all the bumpers.
Oh, don't do that! Don't do that! They'll be like, what the fuck? They'll call us.
Hey, that'll get
Guerrilla
some good
marketing at
attention.
its best.
Those people love us.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Anyway, so thank you for those of you that listen.
Yeah. We got way the fuck off topic a couple times, but
That's what we do.
there's a lot of information in here too.
Yeah. But we liked it.
Yeah. HigherMindsPodcast.com.
HigherMindsPodcast.com.
Go.
Deuces.
Deuces.